What's going on, people? It's your boy John. This is the second video of today. I made one earlier in the forest, and that one was about spirituality and the mind, and about quiet in the mind, but it wasn't really. If you watch the video, you'll find out. Anyway, this is back from my house again, and I was just watching a video by, do excuse that noise in the background, it's really annoying, I have to deal with it all night. Stupid. I was watching a video by Casey Zander. I don't know if you know him. He's a bit similar to Elisha Long. You know, two very intelligent, very intuitive, strong young men, you know, delivering the message to modern men, okay? The message of masculinity, the message of going your own way. Not in the sense of MGTOW, okay? Although MGTOW, I've got opinions about it. Their message is more about forging your own path, forging your own destiny, okay? Being a leader of yourself, being a king within your own being, okay? Their message is very profound. So I'd recommend you look at their channels if you haven't seen already. Casey Zander and Elisha Long, two of my inspirations. I think Elisha Long's more of an inspiration because he's more metaphysical in his descriptions of masculinity, and he uses a lot of examples from history to really lock down his points. Marcus Aurelius, for example, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Napoleon. Yeah, these men were great. These men were men, great men worthy of emulation. Okay, so just check them out because I think you'd really appreciate it. But today's video, the fucking lockdown, dude. We might have a second one, yeah? There might be a second fucking lockdown. And there's two ways of looking at this lockdown thing. You can see it in one way as being a negative. You can look at it as being, you know, the government taking away more of your rights, yeah? Introducing more martial law, control, taking away your liberty, taking away your freedom to do what you want, telling you how to be, how to act, how to walk. When you walk into a shop, what to wear. You have to sign this form, sign that form, tell this person where you're going, tell that person where you're going. Can't leave the country without signing half a dozen forms. You may not even be able to leave the city soon, just like the last lockdown, remember? There's two ways you can look at it, okay? You can look at it in the negative, which, you know, I don't think is any good, to be honest. I can sit here and say how bad it is and how, you know, they're taking away our freedoms, but it doesn't really do anyone any help. It doesn't help the situation, does it? It doesn't help our situation. What it reminds you of is how, you know, if you've ever read the book by Stefan Arnyo, Hard Times Create Strong Men, he says that the world goes through cycles. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. And hard times create good men. And the cycle just continues around. Yeah. So in our parallel, good times were created by strong men. Just after the Second World War, strong men created the new world. We had men, hard men, tough men. They went through the Great Depression. They went through World War II. They went through a lot of hardship back then. Poverty, rationing, low food, and they had to come back to a ruined country and build it up from the the ground up. From the ground up. Europe more so than America, but America still had to go through it. So we had tough men, strong men, 18-year-old boys going off to war. Never mind the political ramifications of it, but they had courage. They were bold and they were fearless and they were men. You respect them. You may not agree with their reasons for going, but you respect them. I respect them. It'd be foolish to not respect them. They created good times. 60s, 70s, 80s, very lavish, very luxurious. A lot of riches, a lot of disposable income, right? A lot of rich people going around, a lot of exciting new things being done in the world. That created weak people. Weak people created hard times. We're not in hard times right now. Well, I'd say we are, but we're in a bit of a peacetime, but we're also in hard times where masculinity is seen as a toxic force, you know. Having this statue is seen as toxic masculinity. Having a book by Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger is considered toxic masculinity. Being a man today is considered toxic masculinity. So we're living in hard times. And if you are a man, you will be shot down, either intellectually or physically. So there's something that we need to do as men, something very profound. And I think the lockdown gives you a good chance. It gives you a good opportunity to do it. Okay, and that's unplugging, deplugging, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, a lot of people talk about the matrix. They say there's a matrix. There's a certain social protocol going on. I think there is. Socialization and conditioning is a real thing. I'm studying psychology this year, so I want to study that even more. Social psychology, how other people's attitudes and behaviors and opinions and thoughts and feelings influence you and create you. They make you you. You're not even unique. You're just an abstraction of other people's opinions and views, and your behavior is a reflection of that conditioning. So, what are you, other than a collection of other people? So deplugging is very important, because deplugging is taking yourself out of that little machinery, that matrix that constantly pumps things into your head that says you should be this way, you should do this, act this, go for this. This should be your purpose. That shouldn't be your purpose. A man behaves like this, a man doesn't behave like this. Socialization works that way. Media works that way. So deplugging is a very good thing that I practiced during this lockdown, where I limited the amount of consumption of things that I knew to be harmful to my mental state. And during that state, I literally cut off every single piece of media that I could find. I was still on YouTube, but the YouTube material that I watched was really limited to spirituality and stuff to do with nofap. Yeah, I just wanted to learn about those two things because that's what I was going through during the lockdown, and of course physical work as well. I didn't watch a lot of movies during that time or TV shows. I didn't watch the news. I don't watch the news in general. So I really limited my media, and I really focused on the type of person that I wanted to be, and I limited my media to those sources. One of the ultimate sources during that time, because it was difficult at times, was the Bible. The Bible and Marcus Aurelius' book, Meditations, of course. And those were my two inspirations for the entire lockdown. That kept me going. Every single day I read a passage from each. Sometimes I'd read more than one passage, sometimes I wouldn't, but I'd always read a little bit, at least once a day. And during this unplugging time, I did a lot of meditation. I did a lot of walks in nature, sometimes for hours. Sometimes for hours I went for half an hour sometimes. Sometimes I'd go for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6. There was one time I went to the big forest, the big nature reserve that's just across the road from here. And I was there for around 7 hours, just walking around, enjoying the sights, enjoying the smell, enjoying the feeling of being in nature. It was beautiful, because it allowed me to really get in touch with who I am and what I want to be. I deplugged myself from the conditioning that I'd gone through my entire life, because the conditioning stands there for only one reason. Behave a certain way, be a good little boy, listen to us, shut up and listen. Do this, be this way. If you don't listen, you are a bad person, and we are going to treat you accordingly. That's what they did. That's what they do. So deplugging is not just something I recommend as a masculine practice, but I recommend it, I suggest it, that you do it religiously. At least sometimes, some days a week, you should deplug anyway as a routine. But because of this lockdown that's coming along, the second lockdown, I think that rather than bitch and moan and cry about the negatives of it, I think we should look at it in a way to improve and take our masculine road to the next stage. Again, I'm going to steal this, plagiarize it from Elisha Long's video. The Prince, by Machiavelli. He suggests that a prince, a leader, a ruler, should only master one skill, and all other skills come below this one skill, and that skill is preparation for war. He should not be focusing on anything else, and anything that takes him away from this goal is a detriment to his life, a detriment to his position as king, as prince, as a ruler. Preparation for war. How do you prepare for war, this modern war? You keep yourself strong. You work out religiously every single fucking day. If you can't work out every day, you do something that keeps your body active. Keeping yourself active, keeping your mind active, staying alert, staying conscious. Meditation. Learning a martial art. I want to do karate soon. Maybe not this year, next year. But still, that's my own thing. But I'm joining a military branch locally, so that's my way of acting out the preparation for war. Fighting. Keeping yourself active. Keeping yourself martial. Even more so. It's even more important in peacetime. What's the quote? You sweat more in peacetime, you bleed less in war. Very true. Use this lockdown as a preparatory device to keep your mind even more sharper, to keep your body even more faster and alert, your senses quick, sharp, agile, virile. Read more. I've got tons of books, and I'm ordering more every single day about leaders, about men, people that we should be emulating, people that we should be looking up to for greatness, people who we can be like, following their steps. It's essential, man. It's essential. But this lockdown provides you with that opportunity because there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do. There's no partying, there's no socializing, there's no going out and meeting people, there's no girls. There's just you. There's just you, and you have to figure yourself out. You have to prepare yourself because, I've said this before, it may be hard to believe for you, but we are those men. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the burden that we've got, and that's the responsibility that we're carrying. We are those men. We're the men that are responsible for the masculine revolution, the strong revolution, the strength revolution. We are responsible for it. We're doing it right now. Can you not see? Can you not see? I'm not the only one on YouTube making these videos. There's tons of more guys. Tons of more guys every single day. New channels popping up all over fucking YouTube, making videos about strength, making videos about physiques, making videos about nofap, making videos about going your own way, about going celibate, about learning martial arts, about all of these self-development fucking things that we're doing, getting rid of junk food, getting rid of drugs. Why are we talking about these things? Why? It doesn't make sense. Why are righteous men becoming a novelty in today's society? Because we were told to not be this way. We were told to follow the 99%, to be like everyone else. But we figured it out. We realized, no, we're men. We're fucking men. We've got a purpose. We've got something to achieve. And we're going to achieve it because our intuition, our God essence inside of us tells us that we have to achieve it because we are men of God. We were created in His image and we are going to act accordingly. We have to. It's in our fucking nature, dude. But we are those men. And we're responsible for the masculine revolution. So that's why it's not just a privilege. It's a right. It's the masculine right to do the right thing, to become a righteous man, and to prepare yourself for the hard times that are ahead, because there are hard times that are ahead. There's going to be fighting. There's going to be tough times ahead, man. But that's what we're here. We're not here to we're not here to be in comfort. We're not here to live a luxurious life. We're here to live a tough life. We're men, right? We're supposed to be tough because we're supposed to do tough things. So gentlemen, prepare. Prepare for your families, prepare for your friends, prepare for your women, prepare for your parents, prepare for everyone. Because we're all going to be dependent on. And we're all going to depend on each other. because that's how the brotherhood of men works. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.